What's up, VC? Well, the record didn't start self-magically, so, what's going on here?
Hey.
Oh, shit! No, I got it. We just gotta do some finagling of the phone. That'll work, right? So, it's dope.
I'm already digging this.
Yeah. So I figured this would be a good way to start with the drop-in. Last video I did with my boy Brody, old Broderick Lovelace, one of my best friends, like a brother to me. By the way, man, even if you already saw the video or you haven't seen it yet, peep out the last video where I'm showing Record Store Day finds. Mainly, one, because, I mean, it's a video I made. I think it's fun. If you like watching my videos, like I like watching your videos, you might get a kick out of it. But more so, man, my buddy Brody's like a brother to me. He really is family, dude. Without going into a big spiel on that, you want to know how good of a dude he is? He's not a member of the VC. He started watching some other videos quietly, doesn't comment on some of your videos because he feels like he's an outsider that doesn't know as much about obscure music as some of us do. Or does, whatever. Speak bad. Me speak good. But anyways, dude left a really lovely message complimenting not only me, which was cool. I'm not trying to be self-indulgent here, but also how much he really enjoys the VC and how many great people are out there. And so, if you watch that video, for the sake of just watching that video, tune in and read his comment, man. It's pinned in the message section. But when I talked about this, we were in a rush because it was fight night. And so, I just want to get some things out. This is one of the last records I showed. This Medusa is not the Medusa of Medusa Trapeze, which some people may be familiar with. This is an obscure garage rock band that's been forgotten in time, and they finally repressed it. Well, I'll say there's a maroon alternate colorway, and if you see that video, I'll go more in depth to it. But I had lost my train of thought because we were just kind of rapid firing it the last couple minutes right before we were trying to leave the house. But I used the term metal, and I was really trying to say that metal is this is a very metal album cover, and the music doesn't reflect it. There's a harder, kind of more garage rock, darker prog side, and then there's a lighter 70s, late 60s vibe, garage poppy type vibe to it, which is more instrumental. Anyways, I dig it, man. Give it a go. And hey guys, this is my boy Dustin, man.
Hey guys.
And Cinco de Mayo's coming up. In honor of Cinco de Mayo, my buddy being Mexican, I got some Mexican beers, man. You know, with Persian limes. So it's.
We're talking about me, right? Is that the buddy you're talking about?
What buddy are we talking about?
Mexican one.
You're Mexican, right?
Yeah, but that's a small portion.
Yeah,
I'm also 3 different Native American tribes.
You're everything, bro. You're so selfish.
I'm 50% Persian.
All lies. You're so selfish.
All lies.
You're one of these guys. He looks like everything. This dude, he opened up his refrigerator. He's just ready to tell lies. It's falafel mix and hummus, and it's like enchiladas and a tostada, and it's like deer meat with a photo of him like hunting with a bow and arrow. You know?
Okay, what's that hailing towards? The natives.
Yeah, the natives. You said that so well.
Cherokee, Apache, and Sioux, by the way.
That's funny you say that. Sioux?
Yeah.
I want to get this out correctly. My grandfather, my mother's mother, best friends, neighbors, dog sitters, uncles, half brother. It
started so strong.
Once saw a half Sioux woman naked. So like, it's in the blood.
It's in there.
It's in the blood.
It's in there.
So now I get it. All right, man. What's this video about? 4 minutes of nonsense. A great start, like as always. Dude, I got a weird camera angle, so if you're gonna laugh and be silly, I guess let me try to get us both in there. But so I'll lean my big ass in there. He can lean forward. We'll snuggle.
Thundercats.
Oh, speaking of Thundercats, that was a TV show. It had a theme song. Theme songs can go under the theme thong. I got allergies. Fuck you, son of a bitch. Now I'm swearing. You always make me swear. I'm better than that. Anyways,
the worst in people.
You're the worst. So, anyways, you bring out the worst in me. I love you. But no, so what are we talking about? 4 minutes to nothing. Theme songs. Schlarb gives me hell for not shamelessly self-promoting and plugging myself. And so I'm supposed to tell you guys to do my contest, subscribe to me, and then I'm also supposed to get on the interwebs and start twattering and Instagramming and all that. I'm not. But anyways, so Schlarb, get off my nuts. I have a contest. If you want to do the contest, include Thundercats or 80s cartoons, feel free.
Hey.
That's not what we're about today. Today, I went to Nashville a couple weeks ago. Had a good time. And so, one of my hauls was, this bag's about to fall apart. This is a cheap bag. Cool logo though. Grimey. So, Grimey's. I got Grimey in Nashville. And cool place, man. It's one of those places that's like, I forget man, I can't. I'm not editing or throwing in photos or whatever. I have a photo next to it. It has this big mural on the side. It says like something like fiercely independent or whatever. And it's like a old timer in black and white painted on the side of it. And I assume that would have been like the original owner. But anyways, it's cool, man. They have a stage in there with some like carpets and tapestry. I want to say it's like brick and wood. Their shelving's kind of neat, and I think they incorporated like stained glass. So it's a cool spot, man. Right around the bend, there's this little kind of tiki lost in time type bar called Mickey's, which is super cool. But Grimey's is like a definitive hipster spot. I'm not trying to say that disparagingly. It's the type of place that serves free coffee. And 4 to 8 friends are going to gather, and then after meandering about and loitering, one person's going to bite the bullet, and amongst the 8 people, one person's going to buy a record, and then they're all going to hang out in the parking lot. But it was cool. Nashville had some cool digs, though, man. Had to say that Grimey's is kind of in the trend of selling mostly new vinyl, which is a lot of stuff like that. But they also supported independent bands and label things and stuff, or unknown artists and things like that. So while flipping through new, I bought some stuff that was dirt cheap. And this would be one of these, man. So I have absolutely no idea what this is. I'll be honest with you. This was $2. And so it's me and the bees. And I like to say the term, the bees knees. I don't think that's neither here nor there. But Manos Mal, if you guys don't know, Maso Manos is more or less. So this would be less Mal. Mal's bad. So less bad. So I have no idea what this is about, other than these weird bee, supposed to look metallic, but clearly
They're beekeepers? Or
they're like
impersonated?
beekeeper alien pig face people. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm assuming this is like some kind of like noise rock art pop.
Yeah.
I have no. The album cover pulled me in for $2. I'll discover an oddity, and if I'm wrong, who cares? I'm supporting live music. And I like, well, not live music, but local bands, small acts. You know, I guess I do support live music. I spoke incorrectly because I do that. Last time I went to a record store, I was grabbing any of these kind of flyers and handouts for live shows. So, yeah, there's some weird coffin torture, oak skin, all hell, power takeoff, May 17th at the Radio Room.
Some artists are hard.
Yeah, so
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so that's a bat upside down.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So that's actually kind of dope when you see it. It's like nostrils and looks like a 4-eyed bat, kind of creepy thing. But and then some Flipsy Art Fest. So yeah, anyway, support your live music, man. Go out there and mingle, dude. If the band's wrong, you just spend more time hanging out with your friends. It's live music. So anyways, we're spinning on that Medusa. We're shooting the breeze. Nashville was cool. This is all Grimey's. Flipping through new, and I'm just before I kind of find any little pockets of where they have used, and I'm new to the store. I guess you kind of get lulled into buying something you normally wouldn't. And this is something I see run a little bit more expensive, and this is sub $20. It's like $17. Man, I'm about to be 36 this week. You know, so like I remember, my punk is a little different than some people's punk. You know what I mean? And that's cool. But I mean, if you were an 80s baby that grew up in the 90s, or even millennial that listens to pop punk, This Insomniac, man, you probably grew up with this, and I don't care if you don't like it. I'm not even gonna defend it. I'm just gonna say I like it.
It's a classic.
And so this is back in, this is post Dookie. This is the follow up to that, which most people don't realize. Kerplunk came before that, and
I believe they started on 39 Smooth.
39 Smooth.
Was their starting album.
Yeah, and then Kerplunk had a carryover song or two. I think maybe Welcome to Paradise carried over to Dookie, and it blew up. I learned about Green Day via Beavis and Butthead. You know, when they used to like review and make fun of videos.
Exactly.
But so, anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about this album. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't even have to. I bought it. It's sealed, $17. But get the weirdness that some people might like. It's 10 minutes. And by the way, for you people that don't like long videos, and I don't mean to say like you people. That sounds so.
You people.
That sounds so combative. You know what I mean? But I understand if you don't. What'd you just do?
Make combative.
Oh, I thought you were making. I saw you out of the corner of my eyes. I thought you were making like a. I thought you were mocking people.
I was like that.
I thought you were like mocking people, like quit crying. Boo-hoo. I'm like, I don't want to be combative, and I thought you were like, boo. I thought you were like, I'm like, dude, don't. I'm sorry. And then you're like, no, mock them. Anyways, if you're boo-hoo crying, sometimes we go long. We're hanging out, man. We're in the restaurant industry. It's hard to get together sometimes, and we like shoot a video, talk music, and just hang out. And we're happy that this camera is really literally right where the next chair is. So. It's literally like if you were hanging out and we're talking in a triangle. If there's more of us, there'd be another chair right there. So you're literally just in the living room hanging out, man.
Chilling. Cool.
And so if this goes long, we've done a double disc before, a 2-part double disc. We're just kind of rolling, but for the most part, 20 minutes to 40 minutes, you're just listening to a record with us. So thanks for listening to a record I discovered. Man, I couldn't let this one go because I had no idea what the gangsters are. This is the R&B, soul, funk, urban section, which was minimal at Grimey's, you know. But so
urban section.
So it just says right here, the gangsters, and I'm looking it up. When I look it up, I found out the name of the album is La Funk, which is the opening track. So this is kind of like Big Prog, where like these tracks are like there's a 9-minute track on here. I was trying to look it up. One, they were kind of eyeballing me when I pulled stuff out. I'm just like, dude, I don't know your record store. Yeah. I'm from out of town. I'm not trying to manhandle anything or disrespect stuff, but I don't know how you keep your stuff. But so anyways, this is kind of one of those. There's a fingerprints here where someone mishandled in the past, but outside of some light fingerprints, there's not even a surface. There's not even a surface scratch on there. And so, like you see, the tracks here. This has a big detailed book, which I haven't gotten into yet. I haven't gone through most of the stuff, but so pretty cool. It looks like I get to not only listen to some obscure funk that if I would have let it go, Lord knows, if I didn't buy this, then 5 months from now, some of the VC would be like, I can't believe I found the gangsters. This obscure, and that's like, dude, this whatever it was, 18, 20 bucks. Like I say, it's not a long album, man. There's a 4:40, 3 minute, 2 minute, 9:15. So this is a short record. Hopefully it's a fun little jammer. You know, the saxophone and trumpet here, man. These dudes just kicking it back in the day when the attire was a little bit different. But so man, I figured I just had to check it out, man. I need to know what this is about. It's a straight up blind buy. I'm hoping I'm with it. But so I guess, man, soundtracks. Back to plugging me, man. Make a soundtrack, music and movie contest entry. But that aside, man, dude, let's talk about the movie. We've been catching up on movies you haven't seen. I know I'm a little bit weirder and deeper on pop culture. This is Susan Sarandon's first movie. Okay, I'll go and ruin one part of the movie. She's naked. So if you want to see that, and then everybody loves Raymond Peter Boyle. The crotchety old curmudgeon man.
Right. He's in here when he's young. It ties in the hippie storyline. It's not so formulaic that you know exactly what's going to happen, but if you're a movie buff, it's semi-predictable. Yeah. But this has Jerry Butler on here, but it's a lot of stuff like Hey Joe and some other songs that... but Hey Joe is performed by someone else. And then, anyways, this is the soundtrack. There's a little nudity on the back. Get over it. But, yeah, right. Weird. This is one of those movies, though, don't look it up. There's a couple movies that, if you want to get the gist of it, you're like, oh, what's that about? It's just one of those, if you look up, this is the movie. Yeah. You know, like this, it's just one of those things where if you try to look up a review, it tells you what the movie is. So if you get a chance, and then I was with that dude. I watched that movie on VHS and have it on DVD. It's kind of obscure. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to be 36, bro.
Hey, no,
I'm 35 for a couple more days. Anyways, this is what an awesome album cover this is, dude. Because it looks so gangster and it's PG and it's Streets of Fire. If you can't see it, it's a rock and roll fable. I had to buy this just to reminisce because I literally haven't seen this movie in over 20 years. And it's an amazing condition, and it being in this condition, it's every bit of $2. If I'm not mistaken, $2-3. There's some random pubes on here. And a rainbow! Speaking of contests, man, everyone shake hands and meet friends and make friends in the VC. Beth's got her contest going on, so roll with it. But, the fixes on this, the blasters, you know, every time I think of blasters, I think of blaster, just the red shirt that, my man Bull Hurley was wearing in freaking, the arm wrestle movie, Over the Top in the 80s. You ever seen that?
Yeah,
where Sylvester Stallone has to arm wrestle for any movie where a dad has to arm wrestle for the custody of his child.
Why is that a common plot at all?
It's not common, but it's great. But no, Ry Cooter's on here, the blasters. So, anyways, it's Streets of Fire. It's $2. This doesn't warrant that much conversation. But so, 16 minutes and counting. This is another blind buy. I don't know if it's a local artist. Matthew Mellon? I have no idea what this is, other than this dude looks like some kind of punk rocker, biker guy with a jacket, trying to be sexy boy with a baseball bat and shaggy hair. He looks like he could be, he's like, I can casually blend into any hipster circle if I tried hard enough.
Oh my God.
But so it's kind of like weird spacey in the back. This is $2 sealed. Matthew Melton, Outside of Paradise. I know nothing about this. Excuse me for clearing my nose. But dude, all tracks by Melton except blah 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 blah, and it features in one point there's drums, feature drums, and then there's a cello. Hey. There's cello on multiple tracks on this, and so I had no idea what this music is. And I guess in the vein we were talking about earlier, seeing live music and discovering unknown artists for $2. If I'm wrong, I have a weird guy walking in a swamp with a baseball bat and a jacket with no dude, you know that's got to be pasty and sticky.
Yeah,
just walking through a swamp with leather and no undershirt. Just like, anyways. And he also reminds me of one of my skater friends, punk rock Jimmy, metal Jimmy Skulls, Jimmy give me a chicken sandwich, Jimmy tattoo Jimmy, Motorhead Jimmy.
Yeah.
I got a couple buddies that have like, you know when a guy's like, everyone knows him and he's kind of weird and out there and fun, that he has like 15 nicknames.
Yup.
But
he's got taglines on every nickname too.
Yeah, the vocals are a little haunting, at times, or attempted to be, but it's a little spacey and trippy, but I like the non-vocal stuff the most on this album. Anyways, Kelly, a co-worker of ours, we had this inside joke, and maybe I bought this because something just popped in my head while I was away from work, but she's from Bama, and so we had this inside joke about Muscle Shoals, because Muscle Shoals is like this place where it's like equally white trash, meth redneck, and like country hood crack.
Yeah.
And they got one of I guess the Grimeys in my head because I went to Grimeys and I'm showing grimy shows. But they got one of the grimiest drag strip racetracks all time that used to be a quarter mile and it was such a death trap, if I'm not mistaken. They condemned the back half and shortened it to an 8th mile drag strip.
Damn.
And 8th mile isn't drag racing.
Damn.
Yeah, if you're not going 13:20, you're not really drag racing. Because what's the point of having a car that goes 150 and you can't break 100 miles in a race?
Yeah.
Anyways, Muscle Shoals. Some of the most amazing music from the South came out of that area. So, anyways, this is Small Town Big Sound, Muscle Shoals. It's a double. It's a gatefold. I haven't broken the seal yet. And so it's everything from Kev Moe, Grace Potter, Steven Tyler doing Brown Sugar, and then you got like Willie Nelson, Kid Rock doing Scratching Back, Aloe Black, Michael McDonald, Vince Gill, John Paul White, Alison Krauss, beautiful voice on a female singer. The Blind Boys of Alabama doing Respect Yourself. Steal Away done by Eli Paperboy Reed. Alan Jackson doing Wild Horses, which I assume is the cover of the Rolling Stones. Mustang Sally done by Brent Lee Stephen Smith of Shinedown. Anyways, so it's eclectic. It's a hodgepodge. It's kind of a timeline.
It's an interesting hodgepodge.
Yeah, so I'm curious, man.
Very interesting hodgepodge.
Yeah, so Dreamline Muscle Shoals Music Group, BMG, 2018 pressing. I don't even recall what I paid for this, but hey, man, I guess I'm just shamelessly plugging again by accident because I wasn't trying to. It has a little bit of a diner vibe there with the two chairs. You know, type of like, I guess that'd be the era. Like, a lot of this music been really prolific. But on the back is another diner scene, and if I would have had this when I did my contest, or would have thought about it right here, Rainbow Sherbet is one of the flavors. Man, I tell you what, I should just win these contests, man.
You do win.
I should just win these contests.
You already do.
Man, it's ridiculous.
Finish it one.
All right, Record Store Day. Everyone's all about it. There's people that are actively seeking out right now. Record Store Day just happened this weekend. There's limited releases. A lot of really cool dope. And, you know, they repressed stuff for the first time. Like I showed Fuzzy Haskins. They didn't press the album again since 1976.
Okay.
And so if you were to buy brand new, sealed, same condition, like first pressing a Fuzzy Haskin, the same condition you get for Record Store Day, it's 4 times as much. And so it's kind of cool when you find stuff like that. And then, but some of it just lingers around, which is cool. You kind of have to predict, you know, it's like kind of like planning a picnic around the weather, you know? But, you know, if you're wrong, sometimes there's another day to have a picnic.
Yeah.
Anyways, so in that vein, from a previous Record Store Day, the Sonics in the 50% off bin. And I've been looking for the Sonics. This is some of that music that's just always trashed or just completely unseen. And so I believe this is all live when they're later in their career. I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I wasn't up on it when it came out. And it says, these garage rock legends ferociously tore through the night, joined by a stream of luminaries paying respects to the kings of the Northwest. Now you can hear the historic performances yourself. Anyways,
ferociously tore through the night.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me?
Dude, they were pretty savage. So, anyways, recorded this. I should just read this, man. Recorded by Kex P at Easy Street Records in Seattle on Record Store Day in 2015. Special guests include. So, man, this isn't their heyday. So, I don't even know if this is going to sound the way I want it to. But it was so dirt cheap, and maybe it's not that cool, and that's why it lingered about for so long. But all I know is on the B side, or side 2 is how they have it labeled here, Hardway, Psycho, and The Witch are tripled up with each other. But any hoozles. I grabbed the Sonics, man. I'm into that. And if you want to flip that record, that'd be dope. See, we're just hanging out here, man. Yeah. That's actually, that's a surprisingly long A-side, man.
Yeah, I was actually, I thought it was going to do that earlier.
Like I say, we're at 20 minutes right now, but dude, we're just hanging out. We're listening to a record with each other. So,
having a good time. Anyways,
like I said, we're not even boozing it up. That's beer number 1. I don't even know if I'm going to get to beer number 3. Cinco de Mayo's coming up, so Mexican beer's on sale, man. So I got a sampler pack of Bohemia. This is actually cool, man. Black spiders on the wall of your mind. Yeah, so that's a crazy lyric. But no, like it's that important. We're drinking Bohemia. It's a sampler of their Vienna style, their Hefeweizen, and then their Czech. It's basically like a Czech style, a German style. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter.
Yes.
We're just being dumb Americans and shoving limes in them because Cinco de Mayo's around the corner. And because why not? So there's a blue'un. Here's a brownin'. He's got a golden. So
That's what he says. What color they are?
Yeah. So, because you don't know colors.
Go fuck yourself.
So, anyways, man, I like the Beach Boys, and they're torn up sometimes. And this one's a cool one, man. So I finally got around to actually finding some stuff that was used at Grimey. And I grew up with this, man. This is kind of right in the transition from this album. The tracks aren't so much the surf and drag, and they're not when Brian Wilson's kind of going like off the deep end and like living as a hermit in his house and kind of losing his mind. So this is more like Do You Wanna Dance, which, if I'm not mistaken, Do You Wanna Dance? That was covered by the Ramones, and I love that. But I'm just sidetracking because that's what I do. But Good to My Baby, Don't Hurt My Little Sister, Help Me Rhonda, Dance, Dance, Dance.
Help Me Rhonda?
Yeah, Kiss. Help Me Rhonda? You just said it like, you just said Help Me Rhonda. Why'd you say it like that?
Because I swear that's some shit I've heard on a stand-up. That's what it was.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's to say...
No, it was like in the back of my head.
Obscure thought. Help me, Rhonda. I like it, dude. You just blurt it out, dude. I'm with that. And of course, the Big Daddy. You know, yeah. But Beach Boys, I grabbed it. I'm cool with the condition. This is Old Capitol, and then yeah, that's the Capitol rainbow label, dude. I tell you,
It's just left and right.
It was not intentional. Because I was like, dude, I have no idea. But so, in that same vein, man, they have a little dollar section where you kind of have to, like, only dedicated flippers go to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, where it actually starts...
They're going to have the patience to flip.
Yeah, my fat ass is on the ground, and this guy's trying to look... Like, it's right below the new arrivals. You know? So, they're like, people are trying to, like, look underneath there, and I'm just, like, on my knees, flipping ass out. And so, actually, I never have ass out. As a big dude, it's one of my big things. I never have my ass crack showing. Like, first of all, how sloppy and lazy and stupid are you that you just can't tuck in your undershirt? So, like, what kind of fat fucks just walk around there with his ass crack out?
Facts.
Dude, like, I already...
Real facts.
I eat too much. I need to lose weight. I'm just happy I used to weigh more and I don't weigh as much. You know? And, like,
that's losing
I lift weights a little bit to, like, so that I could punch through a brick wall, but, like, I get winded going upstairs. Like, it's not a very good. It's not a good balance. You're like, me strong, me tired. But so I'm flipping through thou bits. My dad had these on cassette. That's where I'll get at. Just drop that nonsense. But so my dad had these on cassette when I was young, and I totally distinctly remember them. But so these are the Cruisin', and they're just compilations. And then so it's 50s music, year by year. And then, by the way, shout out, I don't have time for it, there's a bunch of bros in the metal community. I don't know if any of them are watching, but right now they're doing this huge series of top 10 albums of, like, they started in the 80s and they're going year by year. Okay. And I've been watching them. I don't have time to make them. Things are just, life's in the way. But shout out to any of my metal bros that are actually tuning in. I'm commenting. I'm watching. But this is anti-metal. This is so not metal. But, it's the cliche stuff you think. They try to throw some big artists on there to pull you in, like Little Richard, Long Tall Sally's on here. But then you got like one-hit wonders that you might have forgotten, like Earth Angel, that's the Penguins. And then The Great Pretender, which is the original Platters, not to be confused with the Platters. And then Shaboom. But The Green Door, The Fool, Jim Lowe, stuff like that. So anyways, it's a compilation. And if you don't know, these right here, the 55 to 57 Chevys, those 3 years is called the Tri-5 Chevys, and every plebeian that doesn't know shit about cars always looks back at the iconic, the 57 Chevy with the wings, because it was like the start of the baby wings. Screw that car, unless it's stripped down 150 or 210, but the 56s were the coolest, and then 55, 57 third, and if you had to have all the bells and whistles in a Bel Air, a 56 or a 55 is better, but you can tell this is 56 by that jet line right there. Anyways, nerding out, but definitely get a 348 with tri-power and a 2-speed power glide. Yeah, but dope, and as cool as that car is, this 4-door Buick isn't. But this is the 58 version. They only had 2 of them, and I want to say these were 50 cents. And so if I ever DJ again and I want to get really random, you know, which is really fun. Like when I DJ'd, everyone was happy, and they might not be happy every song, but they'd be happy song to song eventually. And I used to cater to some really weird groups. But the Coasters Yakety Yak is on this. Bobby Day, Rockin' Robin,
rebel rouser. I rouse a real rabble, but I never have been a rebel rouser.
Rabble.
Yeah, but anyways, more of that same stuff. And this looks like that looks like a Buick. Probably, I don't even want to guess. Anyways, it's 4-door, a little gawky looking skinny girl in the front, and it's still got the Super Buy hype sticker on it. I wonder how much this is actually ever listened to, but because that is clean.
Yeah.
But so anyways, I also mentioned I went to Ernest Tubbs, not because I really wanted to. It wasn't like big on my hit list, but we got stuck in traffic. We ended up in Nashville late, and the plan is to go to like Grimey's and some of these places off Jump Street, and we lost 3.5 hours, and so our buddies want to go to the main strip. I'm tired or whatever. I'm just like, okay, cool. I can deal with it because right next to all those bars is a place called Ernest Tubbs. And a friend of mine up in North Carolina warned me about it, but I was like, I'm still going to go.
Yeah.
And he was right. I didn't know. I'm still going to check it out. It's just a tourist trap. And so it's all T-shirts and mugs and everything, which I'd probably been more open to if I hadn't, if I'd already been to other places. I'd be like, I'll buy a mug to remember Nashville. But as it was, I'm like, dude, I already have all the Conway Twitty and Merle Haggard and, Patsy Cline that I want to own. I'm not flipping through this stuff to find some gem. But then, so then a day later, I actually get some flipping done and I'm happy. And I find Conway Twitty and I totally buy it. So this is still in the shrinky. Stupid clean, another rainbow.
Damn.
Another rainbow. Dude, I feel like, I should have worn a Care Bear.
It's just
dude, I got a Care Bear shirt. I'm killing it. But I'm gonna wear that next video. But this was so dope, dude. Conway Twitty, first of all, just so serious. He's a little less permy than usual. My man's known for his perm, but this is a little bit of a froey, slick back perm. But he's just got a look of a bro that knows how to sling it. He's got some bulge going on right here. This is dirty, like, redneck old man player music.
Which is pretty, that's Conway Twitty in a nutshell, honestly.
So he had songs like Cheat and Fire, I Made You a Woman. You ain't never had known the things you know now until I had did them to you. I showed you what love is. It's not a Conway. That's a guy who listens to Conway impression. But Redneck and Love Making Night, we had it all. And then, it's great. I love the oxymorons, the contradictions, the oxymoronic nature. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But
around there.
On the same album, there's one fly flying around, a moth. And when I get a chance, I'm going to murder him. But anyways.
It's soul from its body.
Yeah, I love that the same album has I'm Already Taken as the track Cheating Fire. Anyways, tight fitting jeans.
Again, Conway Twitty.
Yeah, tight fitting jeans. And this dude's such a gangster. He just rolled up with his boys on the country club. He's like, yeah, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
I drove my Continental Kit first gen Thunderbird. The dude's a gangster. It probably had a 312Y block with a dual quads.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? I hit some car nerd shit. And this one, I'm wrapping it up though, man. We're at 33 minutes. Let me just start talking quick. Alright, so it's Conway Twitty, it's Mr. T, it's $3-4, it's in the shrink, it's in perfect condition, guilty pleasure. I know there's out there people who actually listen to this. It's not going to be an often spin, but it's going to be a spin nonetheless. If Grandpa makes it back way this way, again, he's getting a little bit older, I'd like to see him. This would be the first thing I drop needle on when Grandpa visits. But anyways, so I've never bought a MoFi pressing.
Right.
And I'm flipping through their little, mostly, like say it's all mostly new. Okay. But I like that they have all this new, and then they have this used section for like white genre music, and their black genre music more or less. I hate to like divide it like that, like white and black people music, but sometimes you're in Tennessee, it feels that way. But all the urban music is all just jammed together and has like new and used together. Yep. And so I'm looking around, and first thing, I didn't really realize it at first, and I see Superfly. And I get all excited because I'm thinking it was used because it was right amongst some used stuff with soundtracks. Yeah. And it was like, so I get excited and I realize it's a MoFi press, but it's like north of $40. And I'm just like, crap. And I didn't buy that because they had this. And you never find the original because it's always beat up to pieces. But they have represses of this that doesn't have the flap. And this one I still have sealed. Has the original old school flap that's always ripped off if you find them. So that's super cool, man. Yeah. It's just like they were made. And this is like sub $20. This is like $17, $18. So I'm gonna need that.
You gonna need it.
So I copped it. This is one of the best soundtracks that ever was. Once again, shameless plug, because Schlarb is on my nuts to talk about me. But for me,
getting off those.
For me to talk about me. But anyways, just a friend that's being supportive and say, hey, dude, like, you know, let people know they should subscribe to you. Like, people want to watch me, watch me. Now there's a lot of people out there. I try to give as much time to everyone as possible. But one of the best soundtracks ever, Freddy's Dead, is the Piece de la Resistance. So everyone always likes Pusher Man, Little Child Running Wild is a beautiful song, but Eddie's Dead is a priceless one. Junkie, it doesn't matter. I don't need to get into it. Great soundtrack. And then also, I did not buy this at Grimey's, but since we're talking soundtracks, a rarity that this is actual original first press. This is not Curtis Mayfield, but I have the sequel. This is one of the first movies. Actually, I defend that movie. I know I'm partial. I grew up on blaxploitation movies and growing up with abundance of black friends and hanging out in the PJs and all that shit. But so this is forgive me because I've never heard this spoken ever in my life. But Osibisa, which is a South African group, if I'm not mistaken, they did the soundtrack, and I wish there was less vocals because when they're kind of jamming out to their, you know, South African kind of island influenced music, it's pretty cool, but the vocals they're whack. I don't know what to say. The vocals are whack.
They just
the vocals are whack. Yep. And then I don't know if it's really the album or the fact that you're comparing it to the Curtis Mayfield masterpiece.
Yeah.
But so, anyways,
both.
So I was really trying to show that Superfly, and I did. And I was like, man, I can't buy that MoFi. Some of these MoFis go north of $100 and everything. And I'm flipping through a band I like. I showed my very first ever VC video. If you guys didn't know, my first VC video was the vinyl tag. And then I immediately did a follow-up where I just crapped on myself for all the mistakes I made when I was nervous. And then I made mistakes talking about my mistakes.
Of course.
And it's like, and I'm still making mistakes. I'm human, and who cares? I'm not going to be the type of person that Winston Churchill has a quote that I got to paraphrase at, basically saying it's more of an egregious act to call someone out on their mistake than the person who made the mistake.
Yup.
So if you had a brain fart and you said Iowa instead of Indiana or Ohio instead of you know, whatever, it doesn't even matter, that you're gonna look like more of a dick shutting down someone's conversation to prove that you know what they were saying.
Yep.
But MoFi, it's like $20. And dude, when you hear really good quality pressings, man, like when I was needle dropping, I know it's just the Mary Jane girls, but I really like it. I have a Obi strip Japanese pressing of the Mary Jane girls, and it's so flawless, dude. It just resonates. It sounds perfect. You hear all the layers. It's textured, and it's just so. As when I was talking, I was showing in Jeff Kempen's Rifftastic video for a contest he did, and so but go back and video lives matter. So watch the video if you haven't seen it. Who cares if the contest is over? And then go watch Jeff's channel because he's a good dude. But so, anyways, Planet Claire, 52 Girls, Rock Lobster, Dance This Mess Around. This is a great album, and it was only like $20 for a MoFi sealed. So I had to catch that. And this band, if I'm not mistaken, was like the first openly gay band to have success.
Oh.
So
good to know.
I saw them in concert a few months back, and they killed it. Don't need to go into that too much. This lady right here, I'm gonna have a brain fart right now because it's Kate, and it's Kate and Cindy. Anyways, so she is my favorite vocalist in the group. This gentleman and these two ladies were the singers, and then of course you had a drummer and a guitar, and then they took keyboards and xylophone and tambourines and maracas. They mixed in some different instruments. Okay. But Give Me Back My Man, I had this on the party mix. But she that's my favorite song. Great song. But Party Out of Bounds, Dirty Back Road, Running Around, Give Me Back My Man, Private Idaho, Quiche Lorraine, Strobe Light, which is literally a song about having sex in the club. You know, and I think it's
sex under a strobe light. I don't know if the mentality was
Just
that.
as
You know,
upfront.
you know how you can't see anything when like a strobe light's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know if the theory is that if you're having sex under a strobe light, nobody could tell. But quick quip it, because we're at 40 minutes right now. I used to bounce. You know, and we have like the weird, when I used to bounce at the techno clubs, you'd have some people that brought strobe lights.
Yeah.
And it'd be all gnarly. And I learned something. If you're actually in the groove and you're dancing and you're on beat and everything, and you're in a strobe light, it looked terrible. It looked all spastic. It was all choppy and weird. I swear to God, if I was waiting for a strobe light, and the girls want to dance, I'm just like, man, I'm tired. I've been working a double shift, and then I went out to bounce. I like that you're flirting with me. I have the job here. Like, flirting with the girls is part of the benefit of being a bouncer.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh, I don't have energy right now. So I just hollered at my boy's DJ. I was like, yo, bro, do me a favor. Just play the most wild song that you're going to play. Break it off with a strobe light. I'm going to tell her I could dance for like 1 minute, and then I got to go back to work. I'm tired, dude. I want to get off my shoes, but I want to flirt with a girl and make a connection. So they put the strobe light on, and I swear to God, if it was dark and the strobe light's cranking, the best thing you could do is just be like,
just slight movements.
Slight movements.
You're gonna look like you know what you're doing.
Just squat your hips a little bit occasionally. Robot arm it, and you look like a master.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh my God. And then it's like, then it stops. You're not even winded. You spit some game, and then hopefully everything goes well.
And then she don't need that.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But like my wiener. But yeah, that's what she needs. You're implying that she needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't have to go into.
That's very complimentary. I appreciate. No, you called me out of my puns. You know, I'm gonna call you
Fair
out.
is fair. You were.
I'm gonna call you out on
fair.
complimenting the necessariness.
You're calling me out on complimenting you in this.
Yeah. No, it's just I had a train of thought. Anyways, why not just end on a broken sentence and nothing? Like to say, we're at 40-something minutes, but hey,
does that happen every time?
Dude, we just listen to a record together, man.
Yeah,
that's it, man.
Like
I say, we're not as lively and crazy as we are sometimes in the past, but hey, I'm not your monkey. I'm not here to
pray. Your monkey. I'm not your clown.
Parade around for you. We're just having a good time. We're hanging out, man. Sometimes, maybe if you were here, we'd be a little more lively, you know? But so, good times. Rock and roll. There's no segue out. Grimey Records. Cool spot. And I guess the last one I have to show, whether you're here or I just shoot it in the future, by my own damn self. Phonolux. One. I tell people that if you only got so much money and you don't want to burn it, like I set aside money and I cut hair on the side, so I just had a whop of cash in my back pocket from cutting hair. I never went in the bank. I just shove it aside and never look at it. And then every time I go on vacation, just realize like, oh man, I got some ducats, you know. And
they're looking like he jugging.
Yeah, so I was hanging out at a buddy's house. I'm staying for free. When I left with Brody, he's like, dude, most of it was like, as long as we fill up gas in state, like my job encourages me, like, dude, if you're driving in state, it's work expenses. So we filled up before we left, and then right before we're about to cross the border, we fill up on gas.
Goddamn right.
And so it's like there's like no gas, there's no room and board. You know, of course I bought my own drinks, bought my own food, but for everything that you normally have to put into a normal vacation like an adult, which I've done in the past, I didn't have to do. So I just threw all that at vinyl. You know, I was like, screw it. You know? And so, but if I wasn't in that situation, and if you have wife and kids and you're traveling, and you have time to go to like, you know, the kids want to do this, and then you got this event here, or you're on a work function, and you got one afternoon to yourself, Phonolux. That's going to be my next shows. I got some gems.
Damn right.
So, anyways, Grimey was good to me. I'd still flip through and get a free cup of coffee. Oh, by the way, screw it, we're talking about nothing. I'm just going to keep on going until the record dies. We're listening to the whole record together, right? If you guys don't want to watch a 50-minute video, so be it. Dude, I'm an alright looking guy for a fat dude. Alright?
I gotta quit You gotta stop that.
I'm morbidly obese. I'm trying to keep it under 400 every day of my life. You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, look at you. You're every race. You're so damn handsome. This dude's every race of everything and got all the good qualities. I'm German Italian. If I spark Japanese, I try to take over the world. You know what I mean? It just be in me.
Anyway, so what I was saying, okay, you're all like, I'm being self-deprecating. Now let me compliment myself. That's how I do. There's a yin and yang. You know, I crap on you and call you an Arab, and then I tell you I love you. All right? So here, they're getting the weirdness now. All right? So the record's over. I had it timed out perfectly. You terrorist. You're terrorizing my videos. Anyways, so what I was saying.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, so what I was saying, though, dude, there's no girls in Greenville ever at record stores. There's just fat fucks like me. Just hunting for records, just like, oh, really? Is that, I didn't know they pressed Pearl Jam Yield on vinyl. That's cool. I like that. You remember when Todd McFarlane did the video? Dude, the Evolution's cool. That's all there is in Greenville. Smoking hot chicks. There's like, when we went to that one place, the bar, there's a girl that just like awkwardly like batting her eyes at me and like red in the face, and like I like go to like approach her and she's like turns red in the face, her nipples turns hard, and she like walks away.
Adorable.
And then and then like she's like joking with her friends, like, did you talk to him? It's like, where are you? Where I live. And the same way, there's like this like really cute hipster punk rocker chick at Grimey's, and I start flirting with her. Conversation's going real well. She's like, oh wow, I like how eclectic your music is. I actually like this album. I own this, blah blah blah. She is so freaking cute. Amazing personality. You can tell she has some brains, and brains are always sexy. Always. And of course, after about just 4 minutes of conversation, I'm just talking to her like she's a human. There's no ulterior motive. I'm just whatever.
Which is what you should all do.
Yeah. And so I just mentioned that. Yeah, I'm here visiting my buddy for the fights. I live in Greenville, South Carolina. She's like, oh, and then just stone cold, just like done, walks away. Also, Grimey's. I dropped some money there. The smelly hipster guy that worked there started to be rude. Stinky armpit guy in his hipster clothes and his greasy hair. I was like, hey man, if I'm buying a stack, let me ask you a question, man. I said, you got shirts, man. If I buy a stack, man, I was like, I didn't say shirts. I said, you got mugs.
Yeah.
And I said, let me ask you a question. I'm buying a stack. And I said, can I just get a mug? Mugs are like, depending on what mugs, we're right about the time where we could cut off split 2 videos. So they're like $4 mugs and like $6 mugs. Like, dude, if I buy this big old stack, can I get a free mug? He's like, I don't know about that, man. He's like, if you spend $250, you get a free T-shirt, though. I'm like, $250? I'm north of $150.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, wait, for north of $150, I can't get a freaking mug.
Oh, that's.
But if I get $250, I can get a $25 T-shirt, but I can't get a $4 mug. I'm like, you got $3 in this. So I got
a sticker. You got jacked.
I got a sticker.
You got jacked.
No discounts. No mug. No T-shirt.
But you got a sticker.
Yeah. But, and then, like, what hipsters with their free coffee with 8 people buying 1 record are getting a free T-shirt? Anyways, the hipsters are going to buy the shirt and then just say, oh, yeah, I got it for free. I bought some vinyl. Anyways, we're talking about nothing. 47 minutes. Y'all take care.
Khalafez.
You did it.
Yeah.
You did it.